What's up YouTube? So recently I got an amazing question on my Patreon community, by the way link below the video if you want to join, about the state of the pre-modern market and why a lot of key cards are not appearing anymore. I thought this was an amazing and very important topic to bring to the YouTube space. If you agree with me, do not forget to leave a like and also consider to subscribe if you are new to the channel. But let's not waste any time, let's go into the video and I hope you have fun. While the overall soccer card market seems to be doing well, there seems to be less pre-modern grails, especially in high-end grades available in the market. Do you think cards like the Zidane, Ibrahimovic or Henry rookie cards are just tucked away in people's personal collections, or do you think owners are not selling it being worried about maybe losing on their respective card due to lack of demand in pre-modern? Well, thank you so much for the question, my friend. This is honestly a great one, a very complex one, but I don't expect anything different from my community. And honestly, the simple answer is both. I think it's fair to say our market is still doing very well, especially when you compare with other card markets. If you take a look at the NBA market, oh my god. If you take a look even at markets like Marvel, even Magic the Gathering, even though I'm a huge fan, those markets are not doing that great. Pokemon, maybe in Modern is doing great, but Vintage not as much. And I think in a very macro perspective, our market is actually doing quite well, since a lot of cards are stable, and being stable at this point is almost a win. Messi cards, like we talked multiple times, are actually up in general. Even this rookie that you are seeing on the screen, the most common rookie for Messi, if we compare 3 months ago, this card is, the rate of growth is 65%. I find this quite amazing, and I honestly believe more people should be talking about this. Other players in pre-modern are not doing that well. All the names you have mentioned, I don't think are doing that well. Cristiano Ronaldo, even a bigger name than the ones you have mentioned, is a good example of his best cards being down. And if you look at fundamentals, Cristiano Ronaldo should be an amazing player, to hold or to buy long run. Because of that, it's also normal to not see them appear in the market that much right now. And I understand pops for Messi rookies always have been high. But at one point, I saw a lot of mega cracks trading in the market, a lot of Cristiano Ronaldo rookie stickers or even early cards with Manchester United. Right now, I'm not finding them on the market that easy. Why? Well, the reality is they probably will not do as well as other collectors, or in this case the sellers, expect. So if you look at this card, the Cristiano Ronaldo, and I think is a much more important card than the Messi card I showed a couple of minutes ago, this card, the rate of growth in the last 3 months is less 17%. So this is not great in such short period of time. Macroeconomics play a huge role in collectibles, and we all have to be aware of this. Even if things seem to be a bit better now versus, let's say, 6 months ago, fear is still very present in other markets. In the crypto market, fear is everywhere. I know Bitcoin ended up recovering, but people are still, if you compare with all-time highs, things are looking quite shaky. Not saying Bitcoin will do bad long run, because I cannot predict that, but that's the reality we have in the market. The SP 500 one day is going up, the other day is going down. We see that recession is still something that we are not sure about, even though technically we should be in a recession. Inflation, specifically in Europe, is actually showing bad signs. There is not easy money anymore. Interest rates are at all-time highs in Europe, talking about Euribor, and also super high in USA from what I know, even though I follow the European market a bit more close, because I have actually interesting on that. My view is still the same. Dollar cost average your investment into the market. So do not try to predict, is this the lowest point in the market? At the end of the day, you will never be sure. If you believe in this Cristiano Ronaldo card, in the Ibrahimovic, in the Messi card, whatever the player, and you see, oh look, the fundamentals are great, I think this card long run will do well. Well, if you can buy it, if you think the entry point is nice, no financial advice, of course, do it. But don't expect right away to see results. Look, I remember, let's say even 1 year ago, people saying the Messi market will go down even more. The Messi market is doing quite well. There was a lot of people missing the bottom, at least at the time, for the Messi market. Does not mean the Messi market will not go down again. That's all in the table, and those are all possibilities. I find it a bit unlikely at this point to go back to such low entry points that we had in the Messi market, let's say 1 year ago, but nothing is impossible. So I will repeat myself on this one. My view is still the same. Dollar cost average your investment into your money into the market with value / fundamentals, always in mind. Things can change fast, and that's one of the beautiful things about all markets. The sentiment all of a sudden is different, and you think, oh man, I thought I had more time, or things can go in the opposite way. You think, oh, the bull run will continue, and all of a sudden we or you are 20% down, 30% down. So sentiment on the market changes quite fast. Now, key cards are not appearing like they have in the past, and I think this is a fact. You end up mentioning the Abramovich card, and I think that's actually a great example. So since January, only 2 copies end up getting added to the PSA Pop report. If we compare the same timeline in 2022, 7 copies graded. You can say, well, those numbers 7 or 2 are fairly low, but 7 is, I know this almost sounds a joke, but for the Abramovich market, that's a much higher number than 2. Shocking news, right, guys? But forget about this card, since this is a fairly rare card. In general, this logic applies in other players. Zidane rookies are appearing much less in the markets right now. Ronaldo rookies the same. Messi rookies the same. Pop reports right now are not increasing as much. And all of this was very expectable. This makes what? This makes less copies available. But now the biggest problem in my perspective. 1 year ago, a PSA 8 for Ibrahimovic sold for over 10k. I believe was in PWCC. The last one, also believe was in PWCC, sold for 2.7k. This case was in March 2023. Hey guys, quick pause on this one. First of all, hope you are enjoying the video. If that's the case, do not forget to leave a like, but let me share with you 2 things. The first is I have a Patreon community that is growing super fast. I put a lot of content there. If you joined right now, you pay around $10, but you have access to more than 100 exclusive videos. It's an amazing place to learn about the soccer card market, and you also support the channel. Link below the video and also in the comments. The second thing is my Discord server. We are more than 1,000 members. I'm gonna say it again, 1,000 members. And it's an amazing community, an amazing place to interact with me, to interact with other collectors, to learn and share about the soccer card market. Similar to Patreon, link will also be below the video. If $10 is a lot of money to you, don't feel pressure to join the Patreon. For me, it's not super relevant. Of course, I would love to see you there, but at least join the Discord. That's totally free and is an amazing place to learn about the soccer card market, like I said a couple of seconds ago. Now let's continue with this one, and I hope you have fun. Guys, this is crazy. I mean, let's be real. Imagine if you bought the PSA 8 for 10k and you saw now a PSA 8 going for 2.7k. If you have a PSA 8 and if you believe, and there is good reasons to believe this will be a great card long run, you will not put that card in the market right now, unless you have money, unless you totally lost confidence in the soccer card market. But yeah, I mean, makes sense to hold cards right now. All of this leads to less copies appearing in the market. So in the last 5 months, talking about the Abramovich card, all grades, not just PSA 8s, all grades in the last 5 months, 0 sold on PWCC. And I believe if you expand to eBay and Goldin, there is other auctions, but let's say the main ones, I believe the number is still 0. But in the last 12 months, and now I'm just talking about PWCC, or 8 sold there. So quite a huge difference, even though for Ibrahimovic, since this is a fairly rare card, those numbers are quite lower. But Ibrahimovic also does not have the demand other players have, so my argument is actually the same as it will be for Henry, Zidane, etc. But if you look at this, only 2 graded copies, 0 sold on PWCC. The price correction is so huge. Why would you sell Ibrahimovic right now? Specific even higher copies makes very, very little sense. In the other end, if they don't appear in the market, let's say for more 5 months, 6 months, maybe 1 year, prices when the next one appears, prices probably actually can do quite well. So there is also the other side of the coin. Buy/hold seems to be the best thing to do when it comes to key cards right now. So all the cards you are seeing on the screen, the Henry, the Ronaldo Mega Cracks, the Zidane, I don't think they are doing that well. The Messi market is actually an exception. Those cards is not they are doing super bad, they are actually quite stable. And like I said, if we compare with the other card markets, our market is very solid right now. But they are amazing holds, and I believe they are also amazing buys. Repeating myself, but no financial advice. Selling right now for key cards just makes sense if you are selling to buy another key card that is also facing a huge correction that you feel have a huge discount. So, a random example, let's say you have Ronaldo Mega Cracks, and if you put that card in the market, will not do that well, or at least will not get the prices that you maybe assumed at one point in time you'd get for that card. But I think it's fine to sell the card if you have another card in mind that you also believe have great fundamentals, probably even better fundamentals than the card you are selling. Could be Henry, could be a Zidane, could be a Ronaldo, the Brazilian one, or could be even another mega crack. So let's say you are selling a PSA 6 because you think, if I sell a PSA 6, I may be able to get a BGS 8, I may be able to get a BGS 9 or a PSA 8. And since all of them are so low, makes sense for me to consolidate over a better grade, a better card. We are seeing pop slowing down a lot in pre-modern, specific key cards, and we have more collectors and holders right now on the market. That's also a huge point. This eventually will push prices up. I have zero doubt about that. I just cannot predict when that will happen. Just do not try to predict the market. To time the market will be even a better expression. Maybe this slow/flat trend can be a thing for the next 2-3 years, or 2-3 months, or even more, or even less. We don't know. Similar to other markets, dollar cost average your investment. I know, I repeat this a lot. Very, very important. Buy slow. Sell slow. If you try really to predict the top and the bottom, again, maybe you are really good, but most likely you'll fail quite bad. Slow and patient. Moving on to the question number 4. And that's it, my friends. Hope you end up enjoying this video. If that's the case, do not forget to leave a like. Also consider to subscribe. And another thing that is so important, check all the links below the video. I will leave a link for my Discord server, totally free to join. More than 1,000 members, an amazing community to talk about the soccer card market. Also take a look at my links for the Talking Cards podcast, specific in Apple and Spotify. Also consider to leave a review there, means a lot. Of course, I also have to mention my Patreon community. To join the Patreon, you have to pay $10. Don't feel any pressure, but if you like my content on YouTube, you may like my content there. And see you guys next time. Bye.